Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayana, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make waist beads. Alright, so this is my collection that I have. I just went and sold some, so there's not as many on there now. And I like to keep mine around a hanger, y'all, because they can help me keep it organized in my own way. But over here I have anklets. So like the same method I'm using to make the waist beads, y'all can use to make anklets. It's pretty simple. I'm lying, it's not. It definitely takes a lot of like practice. Let me see that. Let me just show y'all the black ones. Hold on. Alright, so these are the black ones. These are the permanent waist beads that I offer on my site. These ones have to be tied on. I actually prefer these ones. These are the ones I wear every day, of course, because they're permanent, unless I cut them off. Stylish, but they also mean things. So like, I use mine to like manifestation, self-love, self-endurement, stuff like that. But they are used for a bunch of other things, and that's another video. Today I'm just going to be teaching y'all how to make them, and I'm going to be giving y'all the tips. I'm going to be giving y'all all the secrets, because I know I started this journey with waist beads in March, I believe, and it hasn't been that long, but I have invested a lot of money into these. One, because I love the beads, so I'm always looking for different colors, different styles, and then just trying to perfect the string. Like, I would watch a bunch of YouTube videos, but nobody would ever tell me what string to buy. They wouldn't say they wouldn't really get into detail about what supplies they use. And I'm like, why make a tutorial on how to make it if you're not going to tell me everything, right? So I'm going to tell y'all everything, because yes, I use these to make my money, but listen, there's enough money for everybody to make, okay? I can't make waist beads for the entire world. So listen, I'm giving y'all the secrets to that. I don't care. Alright, so first thing first, the supplies you're going to need is measuring tape. That's a little messy. Measuring tape, scissors, beading needles. I say go with the Venus ones. I like these ones. I'm gonna see if I can take up a close-up picture, but I like these ones because it's not like the threaded needles. It's not like the ones that you actually use to sew. So you don't have to necessarily like look at that little teeny eye of the needle and try to play with the string to get it in there, because of course you're going to have multiple strings, and that could be very, very tedious, and it takes a lot of time trying to do that, and it hurts my eyes. So these ones make it easier because the eye of the needle is a bit bigger, and you can fit more than one string through at a time, and it's bendy, like the needle bends, which makes it better, because when you're trying to pick up the beads, the needle will flex into the bead, so that makes it better. Y'all understand what I'm saying in a second. So, yep, you need your measuring tape, scissors, beading needles, and then the string, y'all. The string. This string right here, I love it. This is 100% cotton, 100% mercerized cotton string. Let's say thread, because you'll find it in the threading part of the arts and crafts. So, like, you'll find this. I go to Joann's, so you'll find this where you'll see like the fabric. That's where you're finding it. And it's a bunch of thread. You're looking for I use Coats and Clark, so I'm also going to post this in the description, and I'm going to get a close-up picture of what the details or what you're looking for at the bottom. This is how you'll find it. So it says 100% mercerized cotton. So you want it to be 100% mercerized cotton, because I hope I'm saying the word right, but when it's mercerized cotton, when the string get wet, it like swells. The mercerized part, it helps it swell, and it gets stronger. So that's definitely way better. Y'all, when I tell you I have over probably like 30 different strings and threads and yarns trying to perfect these waist beads. And this string I have, so by far this is my favorite, because like my beads, they feel way sturdier. Like they definitely feel sturdy. I like that. They don't feel loose. And if they accidentally, like the customer or you accidentally cut off the anchor, the beads don't slide as easily. They will slide off, but they don't slide as easily. Like you see, they're not moving to the end. So that's good. That is great, and you'll understand why once we make it. Alright, so then let's go into the beads. Of course, you want to need beads. And y'all, I have tons of beads. I just went and bought this from Joann's for $30. $30. And if y'all have a Joann's near y'all, I suggest go there to get your beads. Well, at least some of them. Because that is the part that's a little complicated. Is finding where to get beads from. Beads are kind of hard to come by. Good ones anyway. But these so far, I think this probably like my fourth one that I bought. It was $29.99. But with using Joann's app, they give you coupons. I got 40% off of this. So I got this for $17.99, which is a great deal. It has out of this entire container, I still haven't even went through my very first one. So out of this entire container, like I probably can get about like 10 waist beads from each color. That's great. Because I believe it's like 24 colors, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But, and it has like little charms at the top. It does come with like needles and wires. And a lot of the stuff in here you don't need. But they will come in handy one day. So you like to keep them. And it has like a cute little caddy, like a little carrier. I love this. This is what I first started with. And like you can take it off. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Convenient? Yeah, it's very convenient. So, let me tell you where else I get my beads from. Also, if you don't want to go to Joann's, say if you want to order online, I shop at the Jewelry Supply online. It's like jewelrysupply.com. I'll put the link below. They have really cheap beads, and they are actually pretty good. Like majority of the beads I have on here is where I got those from. So I got like the bigger beads from jewelrysupply.com, because these right here these are called Glass Seed Beads, y'all. I hope y'all keeping up with me. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. These are called Glass Seed Beads. I like these because the color doesn't fade, so that's really good. But these, I forgot the size of these. I think this is like 12/0 or something like that. I don't really know how to say them, like but this is like size like 12 or something like that. Now these beads right here are size 6 mm, and I believe the whole size, like y'all can see how much bigger those black beads are from the gold ones. They are a bit bigger. I do like those ones because it helps you make like that type of style like that. Or you just want like a bigger, instead of having like the smaller ones, you could do a bigger waist bead. And the jewelrysupply.com, they supply those. They have the bigger beads, different sizes. They have charms. So that's really cute. I definitely would recommend them. Here's another charm. That's on this one. It's like a leaf. They have a lot of different things. So, yeah. Let's lay it right here. And then we're going to get into how I make my waist beads. So, I have my thread. First thing I need is my thread and my measuring tape. Now, I sell these, so I kind of try to make them like one size fit all. Or at least majority, so it goes from anywhere, it goes up to like 3X with my sizes. If you're personally making these, you can go ahead and just measure yourself and just leave yourself about 4 inches on each side to do it. So right now my waist beads are standard 50 inches. 50 inches, so let's go up to 50. We're going to take the measuring tape. And what I do is I run the thread along the measuring tape. And then once I get to like, I guess too much, I hold the thread with the measuring tape and then I keep going. So now here's 50 inches, right? But they're going to need room to tie it. So I like to make mine up. So that's where my beads are going to stop. But I like to make my string stop. Let's just say about like 63. Probably like 62 is fine with me. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Cut the thread. Hopefully y'all can see this pretty good. And then I'm going to take another one. So I like to strand mine 5 times. I strand them 5 times. I measure them up. And I take another thread and I match, just run it along the same thread that I just measured. So they're the same length or about the same length. And I do it again. I'm going to do this 5 times. No. And string does play games with you. It will get tangled. You kind of gotta just be patient. You really do have to be patient with making waist beads, y'all. It's time consuming at first. I like to challenge myself to see how fast I can do it, but you're definitely saying you gotta be patient. You gotta don't get upset. This is helping me build patience, because I definitely need to do that. But I do this 5 times. It depends on the beads also. So the beads are a bit more easier, because when you're making the waist beads, you'll see that the beads holes don't always be all the same. Like some of them might be smaller, some of them are good, but for the ones that's smaller. So I'm doing royal blue for this color, and royal blue is always sometimes messed up. So I'm going to do 5 strings. For a regular one that's good, I'll do 6 strings. I definitely recommend 6 pieces of string because it's just a little bit more secure. But 5 strings are good too. It's not I just like the more strings the better. And with these little glass seed beads, I can't fit a bunch of string in there. So say if you had these bigger beads and you were doing all big beads, then you could probably put about 8 to 10 strings in it, which is great. And I like to use white, y'all. Me personally, I prefer to use the white one. They do come in a bunch of different colors, but I personally just keep it simple, white. This string is only $2.99. It's really not expensive. Okay. Now y'all see so what I did was I took the end of all 5 strings and I tied the knot. So the knot, I tied it about 3 times. It doesn't have to be too big, but you do want it to be secured. So tie that knot at the end, and then I'm just going to run my fingers and keep the string close together. Close together. So there's no bubbles for when I'm running my beads through. Let me move this out the way because I'm finished with that for now. Okay, and then I have royal blue. So these containers, y'all, I highly recommend them. I bought these from Dollar Tree. They came with 3 of these. So 3 of these containers were $1. 3, yes, 3 was $1. I was in love. But I personally recommend these because it's a great way to organize. I'm telling you, I have thousands of beads, hundreds of thousands of beads, and it's a really great way to organize. See how they lock in. That's great for when I'm traveling. They don't just fall out. Very durable, and I could pop that open and I could refill it. And I personally recommend that you work out of something like this. The great thing about this specific caddy though, is that it is kind of comfortable to work with. What's in here? Hold on, it's a little tight. It's just new, but it is a little comfortable to work within this section here. But I'll usually just pour mine into my caddy. But if you don't have one, you can work out of this thing. And the fuller, the better. I promise you. The fuller your beads, your container is with beads, the way faster you're going to be making your waist beads. If it's taking you a long time and you only have a little bit of beads, you might want to consider filling it back up. Getting more beads and filling it back up, because it's going to make it so much easier if it's full. Y'all, I would get beads all over my house. It's terrible. I have beads all over my house. So yeah, so I threaded all of my thread through. So what I like to do is, once I get all 5 of my strands in there and I make sure that they are in there, I like to make sure that there's no bubbles. So it kind of gets stuck at the bottom, at the very tip of the needle. You want to pull it down for a second. Make sure there's no bubbles in there. So you see how I pull the string straight. Then curve it, and you're going to let it go ahead and get hooked at the bottom, at the tip of the needle. And it's stuck. It's going to stay there. It really is very secure there. Then what I do is I grab my case, and I want my beads to kind of be in one corner, because the fuller the better. And I'm just going to go, see how easy it was? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to push the needle through the beads. And it's gonna catch it by itself. You don't have to like, yo, this is why I have beads everywhere. You don't have to, you know, like try to like, oh, like one single one on it. No. You push it through and you see how fast I'm collecting them. Beads are gonna pop everywhere, don't mind them. And once it gets to the, before it gets to the tippy top, I start sliding down. Now y'all gonna start seeing a couple of them probably gonna get stuck, but that's, be prepared for that, okay? So you see, this is why, like, you gotta be really careful with the string. You don't wanna just try to slide it down because that could have easily got tangled. I'm gonna go ahead and take this and make sure it's straight before so I'm not gonna push the beads against like how that's raveled up. I'm gonna stretch this out because it can get tangled, and string is so weird. It really is. It's very tedious. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do that. Sometimes I do allow mine to just build up right there at the top, which is fine. It just allows you to keep working without having to keep breaking. And you'll eventually start getting faster. Like one waist bead, probably this solid color probably take me like a good 20 minutes to do. When I first started, it took me 3 hours. My first one, the very first one, took me 3 hours to complete. My second one took me about 45 minutes. My third one was like 30 minutes. So now it takes me about between 20 to 30 minutes to complete one, depending on what I'm doing though. If I'm doing a style, it might take me a little bit longer. And as far as the patterns, like, cause this is a solid color, the patterns, you kind of just want to go with the flow. Like, you could find something that inspires you. Birds inspires me. Or I use, like, I have a meaning for mine. So I look at what the colors mean. And then I'll make my waist beads from there. My style from here. My patterns from here. That's how I do mine. I like to wear about like 5 or more at a time, so I can get that fuller look. And then I'll make another video on teach you how to do the elastic or the ones with the clasp. So now we ran into a problem. So with the waist beads, with these beads, they kind of like I remember I told y'all that sometimes the hole is a little small, so they get stuck. So what I do is if I can force it, I'll try to force it, and it's not budging. So if it's not budging, then I'll just go ahead and now I gotta take them all off, take all the ones that's on the needle, and release them, and start again. And you're gonna have to do that a few times. You kind of got to get used to it. It's just part of the process, to be honest. And if it doesn't budge, you don't want to pull it too hard, because if you force it, then either the bead will break, or you'll break the needle, or you'll rip the thread. And you don't want to do that. So it's not worth it. Just take it off and do it again. It only takes a second to fill up the needle anyway. It really doesn't take a long time, especially if your container is full. If I'm telling you, the fuller your container, the faster your waist bead process will be. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna measure it. Remember I told you I like to do it 50, because believe it or not, people cut majority of these beads off. They don't use a lot of them, but you never know what size person that you're going to be. It's just selling your waist beads to. So you always want to just in case, one size fit all. So these are 42 inches so far. You can see 42 inches, and what I'm doing is like, see how much thread? I'm holding the beads right at one. So I gotta keep going just a little bit more. So I'm gonna just stop about here, because this should be getting close to 50. And then I also want to make sure I leave more than enough string because this is a very long waist bead. And I want to leave them enough room to be able to adjust it and move the beads around comfortably. And it's not seem like it's not, you know, too many beads on one string. Too many beads on one string can become a problem because it makes it harder to tie it. I put it all together to make sure there's no gaps. You don't want no bubbles in the side of the string. And it's very important enough. You want to push them all the way to one side, all the way together, all together. No spaces. It definitely just makes it better. Makes the waist bead way better. Yep, and then that's the knot. And then what I do is you want to be gentle because of course it's still on a string, so if you're too rough, it can pop. But you see what I'm doing is just moving the beads back down to the other side. Move them all down to the other side. Not all the way over to the other side, but just, you know, over. So that way I have string on both sides. And what I'm going to do